Good morning, class. This morning we are going to work on quadratic formula. So consider the general quadratic equation which says ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. This general quadratic equation, and we are going to use it to derive what we call quadratic formula. So how are we going to do it? We are going to apply the method of completing the square method. So now let's start. So now the first thing we are going to do now, once we have general quadratic equation. So this a here stands for coefficient of x squared. This b stands for coefficient of x. And this c means constant. So now the first thing we are going to do now is we will eliminate the coefficient of x squared by saying divide through by a. So now we are going to divide all through by a now. So we now have it to be ax squared over a plus bx over a plus c over a equals to 0 over a, which is the same thing as 0 because it's undefined. Now when you look at it, this a we cancel a. We are left with x squared plus b over ax plus c over a, everything equals to 0. Are we together? Now after that, the next thing we are going to do now is, we have constant. So we are going to take our constant to the right hand side. So we will now say take constant to the right hand side. So it will now give us x squared plus b over ax equals to 0 minus c over a. Are we together? So having done that, the next thing we are going to do now is, we are now going to work with coefficient of x. So now the first thing we are going to do there now is, we will now say find half of coefficient of x. Find half of coefficient of x. So coefficient of x is b over a, which is b over a. Then to now find half of it, which means we now say times 1 over 2 equals to b times 1, which is b, a times 2, which is 2a. Are we together now? So having done that, the next thing we are going to do now is, so this half of coefficient of a now, then we will now say square the half. This is the half now, then we are now going to square it. So when we square it, it will now give us b over 2a squared. Okay? So then add it to both sides. So both sides, this is where we stop now. So we are now going to add the square of coefficient of x to both sides. It will now give us x squared plus b over a x plus b over 2a squared equals to, now 0 minus c over a will give you minus c over a plus b over 2a squared. Are we together now? So having done that, when you now look at what we have here, we have b over a here, b over a here. So which means we can now say factorize. So now factorize what? Factorize the coefficient of x now. When you now look at it now, b over a is common, so you bring it out there. So it will now give us x squared plus b over 2a squared. So we have taken away that one now. Equals to, now we have minus c over a plus, now b squared means b times b, which is square, over 2a squared means 4a squared. Are we together now? So having done that, the next thing we are going to do now is, when you look at it here, we have square here, we have square. So we group them together, we use one square to represent the two. We now have x plus b over 2a, so all squared. Are we together? Equals to, so now we find the LCM. We have a here, we have 4a squared. So the LCM for the two is 4a squared. So now how many times a can go into 4a squared? So which is 4a. Then we now multiply it. 4a times minus c. It will now give us minus c minus 4ac. Are we together? Minus 4ac. So now plus 4a squared into 4a squared. So we cancel each other. So we have 1. 1 times b squared. So b squared. Are we together now? So having done that, so the next thing we are now going to do now is, we have square here. So we need to think of how to remove the square. So we will now say, take square root of both sides. So now by taking square root of both sides, now it will now give us x plus b over 2a, you know, all squared. That's what we have. Then by taking square root of it, now you now put your square root on top, equals to, we also have square root of, so now, we will now rearrange this now. This b square will come first. B squared minus 4ac, everything over 4a squared. So then we have plus or minus. So now when you now look at it, this square root now, we now cancel this square. So we are now left with x plus b over 2a. Everything equals to plus or minus. Now, this 4a squared, now when you find square root of it, square root of 4 now will be 2. Then this square root, we cancel this. So we now have it to be square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. Because that square root has already cancelled this square. So the next thing we are going to do now is, we will now say, take b over 2a to the right hand side. Then we now have it to be x equals to, so this one we are taking it to the other side. So the sign will definitely change. It's positive, it will turn to negative. We now have minus b over 2a plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. Are we together now? So when you now look at what we have now, this one is, denominator is 2a, denominator is 2a. So we now find the LCM. X equals to, so now, the LCM for 2a and 2a is 2a. So 2a into 2a will give us 1. 1 times minus b will give us minus b. Plus or minus 2a into 2a, 1. 1 times square root of b square minus 4ac will also give us square root of b square minus 4ac. Are we together now? So therefore you now conclude that x equals to minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac everything over 2a. Okay, so that's what we call quadratic formula, and also they used to call it almighty formula. Almighty formula in the sense that we can use this formula now to solve all quadratic equation. So that is that. So that's how to prove it and arrive at quadratic formula. So you can now indicate it there that, so now, so that's what quadratic formula or almighty formula. Are we together now? So that's how to prove it. So after this clip now, we are going to apply it to solve some quadratic equations. So kindly help us like it, share it, download it, and please help us subscribe to our YouTube channel. Bye.